Hi guys, this is Vineet and I welcome you to this video. And this is a new video series on job profile discussion. So basically, through this series, we will discuss some of the job profiles that are going on in the market today to indicate what are the requirements in the field of database technologies or database engineering fields. So basically, the purpose of these video series is to let the users know what is the expectation out of them and what all items do they need to learn. So let me start with discussing one of the job profiles here. So I'm opening up a notepad file over here. So the first profile we will discuss is about a senior database developer. So let's see what are the requirements for this profile. I'm taking a sample company for which I'm listing out the requirements. So this job profile basically requires experience in the field of database development. And apart from database development, it requires experience in programming of databases. So this is one of the primary requirements. So if you want to learn about database development, guys, we have created some playlist for you. So let me open up some playlist. So this is my channel page, and if you see some of our created playlist for regarding SQL Server is we have created a playlist on Transact SQL, SQL Server tables, integration services, performance tuning. This one is one of the important playlist. It's on SQL Server database design. And apart from that, we have a playlist on business continuity as well. This one is one of our more popular playlist, the database design one. To learn about databases, the design of databases, what we would recommend is that you should go through this playlist. This playlist consists of 111 videos, and it is very much essential that you go through it to learn more about the database design process. We are adding videos on to this playlist on a daily basis. Now let's come back to job profile. So this job role, the senior database developer job role, requires you to have experience in the field of database development. That also require experience in some of the programming languages as well. So we have not started making any videos on programming languages so far. But yeah, I'm just telling you the expectation. What is the expectation out of you? Apart from this, the experience in database development and programming of databases. If you have knowledge on Azure SQL Database, that would be great. So Azure SQL Database knowledge is also very useful. And there are also some of the products for which if you have knowledge, this comes under Azure. So you should have knowledge on Microsoft Fabric, Azure SQL DB, Azure Cosmos DB. That's basically a DB on the Azure cloud. Soon we will start our video series on Azure SQL databases, but for now we are covering out SQL. The requirement today is to have knowledge on the Azure SQL databases and Azure Cosmos DB, and there's a PostgreSQL also available on Azure. If you have knowledge on that, that would be great. Apart from that, you should have knowledge of Azure Data Factory, Azure Synapse Analytics, and the other Azure items as well. And it's good to have a knowledge of Power BI as well. So this role has this requirement. All right, let me see what are the other requirements for this particular job role. So for this kind of role, they are also expecting you to have software development experience using C and C++. And apart from that, if you have experience in Rust or equivalent programming language, that would be great. And you should have experience in PostgreSQL, which is basically somewhat similar to SQL. It's a separate software, but yeah, its syntax is similar to SQL Server. You should be familiar with concepts like storage engine and the high availability. And also, if you have knowledge on MongoDB, that would be great. MongoDB is basically a non-relational database. with which we work. We will soon roll out our series on MongoDB. So stay in tune for our upcoming videos. We will soon start a series on MongoDB as well, which is a non-relational database. So this is basically the broad category of requirement for this role for a particular company. Maybe you can take it as abc.com. Let's discuss on another job profile. So guys, you should gain familiarity with these programming languages if you have not. Try to learn these and the Rust programming language as well, and try to learn the Azure SQL Cloud, various type of DBs available on that cloud. You should have knowledge of that. Now let's move on to another profile, which is for SQL Server Architect. And guys, we expect you to post in your comments regarding the job industry and job profile discussion we are doing. Please do post in your comments if you have anything to say. So next profile I'm discussing is for the SQL Server Architect. So this profile requires you to have design experience in end-to-end solutions and data architecture for, let me paste that in and discuss with you. So this role requires you to have, you should have experience in designing end-to-end solution and data architecture for enterprise data platforms. And these enterprise data platforms include the data lakes. You should have experience working with data lakes and data warehouses, etc. So you should be able to leverage the SQL Server database design model, and you should be familiar with configuring the data mappings, and that should also involve the data transformation as well. So all right, so it's related to data warehousing ETL type role, and basically you should learn data SSIS for this, the SQL Server Integration Services. But yeah, you should have a knowledge of these concepts as well. What is a data lake and what are data warehouses? So far, we haven't started our series on data warehouses, but yeah, we will soon roll out the video series on data warehouses as well. They have asked for a migration experience from Oracle to SQL Server 2022. You should try to learn doing migrations of data from Oracle to SQL Server 2022. That should be the practice you should be doing on a daily basis. You should learn this concept, how to do migration from Oracle to SQL Server 2022. The next requirement is you should be able to build the database, model the database, and optimize the database as well. So optimizing the database includes the performance tuning. So we have our series on performance tuning as well. So if I take you back, so we have a series on performance tuning here that we had started. So let me show you where that series is. So this is the series. This contains 40 videos as of now. We will start adding more videos to this performance tuning series so that users can learn more about it. So this role requires you to have experience in building the databases, modeling of databases, and how you can optimize the database for performance tuning. It also requires you to have experience with the ETL tools and ETL tools like DataStage, which is the tool from IBM. So it's IBM DataStage. This tool you can go ahead and learn. And you should have knowledge on building the data ingestion pipelines. This work can also be done by using the SQL Server integration services. But if you know how to use the IBM data stage tool, that would be very helpful for you. And the next requirement for this role is you should have experience, and let me put that in, let me discuss that as well. So you should have experience in large scale data integration projects. So you should have handled the large scale data integration projects which involve multiple data sources. Multiple data sources include various kind of data sources, various softwares like SQL Server, Oracle, PostgreSQL, maybe n number of softwares. These are known as data sources. You should have experience working with these multiple data sources and try to fetch the data from them and load them in the multi-tenant architecture environments. Next requirement is, let me list it for this particular role. You should have the hands-on experience with the complex data warehouse. So guys, you need to learn the data warehousing concept. You should follow on some books, read some books on the complex data warehouse solutions on any of the databases. So the complex data warehouse solution can be built using any of the databases. You can use the SQL Server platform as well. You can use DB2, which is IBM database. You can use Oracle Teradata, etc. to build the complex data warehouse solution. So basically, you should have experience in building the data warehousing solution if you want to move to this particular role. Let me go through the next requirement, what they have asked for. So they want you to have strong understanding of SQL and the database experience and expertise on design, documentation building, and architecture diagram building. And you should have experience in the development of scripts and development of scripts using the stored procedure. Maybe you should have knowledge of Unix environment as well to create some shell scripting. You should have this knowledge. You should be able to create stored procedures or procedures for loading, extracting, and transforming data. Analyze and the next requirement is that you should be able to analyze and translate the functional specification given by the business and change their request into the technical specifications required. All right. So these are the broad set of requirements for this particular role. And the role we were discussing was the SQL Server Architect role. All right. So you should have knowledge on the data warehousing concept. So guys, we will soon roll out our own series on the data warehousing videos. So stay tuned. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe right away. All right, let's discuss one more profile. So the next profile I will be discussing is for the Senior SQL Database Administrator. So this is the profile. This is for database administration. Let's see what is the requirement they've asked for. So first requirement for the database administrator is this. So this database administrator should be responsible for operational management of databases or database services. And these database services include maintaining and managing their entire database environments, including the production environment, test environment, and their development database servers across the organization located in different geography. This is what they've asked for. Also given the following requirement, let me discuss on that. So guys, do let us know what do you think of these discussions. I think these type of discussions are really useful, especially when we are in the field of learning and finding jobs related to database. So that's why I've started this series out. Now, this role also require or includes supporting databases for any of the third-party applications. So this is one of the requirements. They want us to support their in-house applications as well, and they want us to maintain their routines. They want us to perform server administration and management and catering to any ad hoc request. And they have also asked that this person should also be responsible to support the database and data store services as defined by their SOPs meeting, defined SLAs while maintaining practices that are consistent with company goals, as well as with the industry practices and regulatory requirements. Now, let's see what requirements and competencies they are asking for. They've asked that you should have a strong knowledge and experience with Microsoft SQL Server 2016 or higher version. And the second thing they have asked for is that you should have a good understanding of SQL Server architecture. So far, we haven't started the series on the SQL Server architecture, but yeah, I would like to discuss the SQL Server architecture along with you guys. Do let us know if you want us to post videos on the SQL Server architecture. Do post in your comments so that we should start making those videos. Only upon receiving your comments, I will start making those videos. And we do have videos on how to take backups under the SQL Server Business Continuity playlist. So this is the playlist we have for SQL Server Business Continuity. And if you take a look at full playlist, this have videos on backup and restore strategies, how to take various kind of backups, etc. We have created playlist for you, and this contains around 50 videos at present. We will add more videos to it. Let us know if you want more videos regarding the backups. And we have created videos on indexes as well. And for indexing, you can check out my playlist on. You can check out performance tuning, and but we also have a separate playlist on SQL Server indexing as well. And this has currently 30 videos. We will add more videos to it. And we have videos on this playlist catering to creation of various kind of indexes, including clustered, non-clustered, unique, filtered, included indexes with columns. Basically, we are discussing various type of indexes or index operations here. All right, guys, and we will add some more videos to it. So stay in tune. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed. Go ahead and do that quickly. All right. So this job role requires a good understanding of SQL Server architectures and the backups and the indexes. You should have knowledge of SQL Server jobs, the transaction log files, how to maintain them. So you can check them out. Another important playlist for you should be the actually these two are our one of our main playlist. So the performance tuning, the indexes, the database design, and business continuity. These four playlists are very important for you guys. So please check all of these playlists out. All right, let's see what are the other requirement tasks for this role. So you should also have the hands-on experience in managing the database backup. So you should be well familiar with taking the backups, including the full differential and transaction log backups. And you should be able to perform any recovery, restore, etc. So SQL Server Business Continuity playlist at our end would be very useful for you to get that knowledge. The next thing they have asked for is you should have experience in SQL Server installation and the security configuration of SQL Server. So guys, we do not have any playlist for these areas. If you want us to make a playlist or videos under the for the installation and the video series for the security configuration of SQL Server, do let us know. We will roll out some videos for you. But yeah, we should be getting your comments. Otherwise, we don't have any idea. We have so many videos to make. We don't have any idea under which domain we should start making videos. So right now and these days, we are creating videos on SQL Server tables, which basically comes under the SQL Server design category. So yeah, if you want us to make videos under any specific category, do let us know. We will start making videos on them. And the additional requirement for this role is you should be able to apply the service packs and the patches. So you should be able to do that. And let's see what the next requirement is. Another thing they have asked for is that you should have a very good understanding and hands-on experience on building the Microsoft SQL Server failover clustering services. You should have experience working with the failover clustering. So far, we haven't discussed and created videos on the failover clustering. Let us know if you want us to make videos on the failover clustering. And we have also not made videos on the always on infrastructure. If you want us to make videos on this, do post in your comments, guys. We eagerly wait for them. And also let us know if you are finding this video series useful. Do let us know if they are useful for you or not. Depending upon your comments, I will continue making videos under this video series. This is the video one on this series where I'm doing these job profile discussions to make you aware about the requirements of the industry these days. Okay, let's discuss the next requirement from their end. So they want us to know the Microsoft Azure SQL. Again, we have not started our series on Microsoft Azure SQL. So it's good if you can learn on your own, or else let us know if you want us to make series on Microsoft Azure SQL Server. And you should have familiarity with the components of Azure as well. You should be familiar with database encryption as well. And again, we don't have any videos on database encryption. So this will be a separate video series where I can show you how you can manage the database encryption. Let us know if you want us to make the video series on database encryption. We will try to roll out that series as well for you, but only upon receiving your comments in large numbers. So I will review each and every comment I will receive on these videos, and accordingly I will decide which videos to make. All right. So we do need your comments. And also guys, please subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed. There's a subscribe button below this video. Please subscribe, then only comment on the video. So we need more and more subscriber because we spend lots of time in creating and creating these videos as it requires research at our end and going through vast SQL Server material before we can create content for you. So do let us know if you want us to make videos on the database encryption. Next thing they've asked for is that you should be able to take a look at database growth. So by the time our database grows, increase in size, occupy space on the disk space, so you should be able to monitor the database growth versus the disk space available. You should be able to perform any SQL Server audits. You should be able to perform resource monitoring to figure out any IO bottlenecks, any memory pressure, and CPU usage on SQL Server systems. Now, next thing they have asked for is, and this is the SQL Server Database Administrator profiles. They are asking for so much. Now, you should have strong ability to write and develop SQL scripts for various databases. All right, so you should be able to write stored procedure and to write scripts for various database management activities and for any ad hoc projects. Keep an eye, we are creating videos continuously. I try to create as many videos as possible during the week. So far, not getting much time because as I'm working for another company as well, so there also I have to dedicate some time apart from creating videos for you guys. So do let us know if you want videos under any of the categories. Now, next thing they have asked for is that you should have the hands-on experience with the development of PowerShell scripts. So guys, if you want us to make videos on the PowerShell scripting for SQL Server and how to write various PowerShell scripts for various database administration activities, do let us know. We will start creating videos on those. But here you're getting the idea of what is the expectation in today's scenario. And they've also asked that you should have a good understanding of the SQL Server security architecture. So far, we don't have any video series on SQL Server security architecture as well. So we will start making video series on those soon. All right, let me see what is the next most important point they have asked for. They want you to have experience on the DBCC commands as well. And we will soon start with the DBCC commands. I will have to create the videos on the DBCC commands for any routine maintenance activities. These commands are used for any routine maintenance activities, and you should be able to write script for any kind of database administration as well. Let's discuss next point as well. So next thing they are asking for that you should have a good understanding of any database monitoring tools. Guys, do post in your comments regarding what are you aware about any database monitoring tools that are used to monitor the database, and that tool also throws the alert and you should be able to respond to those alerts as well as follow-up actions on the alerts are also required. So do let us know if you are aware about any database monitoring tools for SQL Server for managing the database servers. Now, they also asked if we have any additional experience in the other RDBMS products like the Oracle and MySQL. This will be a plus point as per them. So apart from SQL Server, what I would suggest is that you should start learning other technologies or other databases as well. The one database here is the Oracle database you should have experience with. Oracle uses MySQL as the program or MySQL syntax, which is almost somewhere similar to like SQL Server. So Oracle has MySQL where you write in the queries. If you have experience writing queries in Oracle MySQL, that would be great as well. They've also asked if you have experience in DevOps, that is a plus. So for DevOps, you need to study separately. You should have experience with any NoSQL products as well. So one of our NoSQL products is MongoDB. And we will also start making video on MongoDB. We will start soon roll out a new series on MongoDB as well, so that people can learn from that series. If you can learn on your own, that would be great. But yeah, we will soon roll out the series. And if you want us to make series on MongoDB, guys, do post in your comments. And depending upon the number of your comments we are getting, and we will also see for which particular area I'm getting more comments. So I will start making videos under those areas first, rather than making videos for the areas where we are receiving no comments at all. So do post in your comments in bulk, guys. Each and every person watching this video should post comment. Let me put some other points they have mentioned. So they've also asked for one more requirement. The candidate should be able to perform the installation, apply the patches, build SQL Server cluster under the supervision of a database manager and architect. So a person should know how to build a SQL Server database cluster. Next thing they've asked for is that a person should know how to perform the routine database administration activities like the index management, transaction log management, and how you can update the statistics. You can watch out my video series on performance tuning to let you know what the statistics are and how they are maintained. And you should be able to check the database integrity using the dbcc commands. Next thing they've asked for is that a person should be able to write and modify the database code. Person should be able to read and write the tsql stored procedures, views, triggers, etc., and any user-defined functions for their in-house applications as and when required. And they've also mentioned another requirement that a person should be able to develop reports. So you should have knowledge on SQL Server reporting services if you want to create reports, and you should have experience in writing the complex SQL queries for reports as and when required by them. The next thing they have asked for is, which is I think the last requirement for this role, is that person should assist in coordinating and supporting the special projects related to the database environment, and the person should be able to support projects including high availability and disaster recovery. So person should be able to take part in those kind of projects. So guys, this role is done, and let me see how much we have recorded. I think discussing 3 profiles at a time should be enough for you. So in our video 2, I will discuss 3 more profiles. I think that's it for now, and that's it for today. I thank you for spending so much time watching out this video and going through some of the job profiles. As we feel that going through job profiles on our own is a very boring process, so I thought of discussing it in coordination with all of the people. So that's a great idea to review the profiles. So far today we have discussed profiles for senior database developer, SQL Server Architect, and the senior SQL Server database administrator. So in our next video, we will discuss some more profiles. I'm saving this file. Thank you so much for your time on this video today, guys, and you have a nice day ahead. And guys, please do subscribe to our channel, do post in your comments, and do share my videos with your friends and ask them to subscribe to my channel. These are some of my requirements from you guys. So please do cater to my requirements. Thank you so much for your time on this video. Have a nice day ahead, guys. Thank you.